Today on Montana Family Trails, we're heading to the Big Belt Mountains in Helena National Forest.
All right, so this trip was a 2-day trip for us. We were camping at Hellgate Campground, so we decided to kind of take our time and take this route over the course of 2 days. Okay, so what kind of vehicles can get up there?
So most four-wheelers and side-by-sides can make it up there, and we even saw a couple Jeeps up there. There's some areas that I don't think a Jeep could make it to. Once you get to the top of Hellgate and kind of down the backside, there are some pretty tight switchbacks that I wouldn't risk it on in a Jeep.
Yeah, those were pretty steep. A Jeep probably could make it, like if your life depended on it, but I wouldn't do it for fun.
Yeah, it's pretty risky to do it in a Jeep.
And then there was that area with where the fire happened 20 years ago or so, and there are still some downed trees that the fire service cut, at a certain length to allow for the path. And that got a little narrow too. So what do we...
Yeah, so I don't think four-wheelers would have any issue with it. Side-by-sides, it was a little narrow. I mean, most side-by-sides are 64 inches wide. I wouldn't go through this area in a Jeep, with most Jeeps being 72 inches wide. I think it might be a little too narrow for that.
And that was the footage that you'll see on day 2. There was a fire in the area. I did a little research, and I believe it was the Cave Gulch fire that happened in 2000, the year 2000. It ended up burning roughly 27,000 acres. So if you go up there, you'll see kind of the residual effect of that fire. Much of the land that you travel through is private property, cattle guards, signs posted, private property. So do be aware of that and be respectful of that.
So while we were on the Avalanche Gulch Trail, we were kind of comparing the Razor map that comes with the Razors versus the Onyx Off-Road app. Some of the trails that we found on the Razor map were not really well maintained, I guess I'll say, while Onyx Off-Road was a little more reliable. It depends on what you want to use. The Razor map is free and comes with the Razor. Onyx Off-Road, though, is a $30 annual subscription for premium and a $100 annual subscription for elite.
So what was your favorite part of the trail?
My favorite part of the trail?
Oh, I'm getting telepathy. I think I know.
Let's see. There's a really cool outlook, I think you would call it.
It's an overlook.
An overlook, a look point. There's a point that you can stop.
It's really cool.
And walk down, and it's kind of this...
It's beautiful.
Kind of this rocky, cliffy area. It's not too far of a drop, but you can see just for miles up there. I mean, you can see Canyon Ferry Lake, you can see the surrounding mountains. What about you? You didn't think of it, did you?
No, I would say the same.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I would say the same. And another favorite part, can I have 2 favorite parts? Was when you guys were kind of testing out some of the equipment, because I think that was the first time you used, a winch, or what's that thing like behind that you're...
Tiger tail. I don't know if I can see that.
We'll do an episode on equipment later. All right, let's check out how to get there.
So to get to Hellgate Gulch from Helena, you want to get on Canyon Ferry Road. You just follow that straight east. Get over here and you'll cross the dam to Canyon Ferry Lake. And from the dam, it's roughly 8 miles. You kind of wind around over here until you get to Hellgate Gulch. If you're leaving Townsend and you want to go up the east side of the lake, you take Highway 12 out and you turn on Highway 284, and it's roughly 25 miles. You're up here to Hellgate Gulch. So if you go to the Forest Service website, they have downloadable maps there and printable maps. For this area, it's map 7 you want to look at for Hellgate Gulch. Okay, so when you turn on Hellgate Gulch Road, just follow the trail up. Up here, it turns into Carpenter's Gulch Road, but you can't tell because this seems like the main road. You follow that up to the top, and at the top, it tees into Hunter's Gulch. And we went left down some pretty steep tight turning switchbacks here. And you follow the trail out to Magpie Creek Road, and Magpie Creek Road takes you all the way back down here to 284. Day 2, we took Avalanche Gulch Road and went up here, and you stay on it until you get up in this area here. It's kind of a big junction of all kinds of trails coming in here. We went down this way here just a little ways to this point here. It's a really pretty overlook. And we came back and we got onto Magpie Creek Road, and we followed it out here to about this point here, and then we decided to double back rather than falling that all the way out. We went here to Hunter's Gulch, which tied into the same area we were at on day 1. And we followed Carpenter's Gulch out on down to Hellgate Gulch Road and back down to 284. So let's take a look at the video from today.
that was another great trail.
All right, so this was a 2-day trip for us. We chose.
Hang on. You're doing so well, but I had to burp. I was thinking Appalachian Trail. Avalanche Trail.
If you were in a side-by-side on an Appalachian Trail, you're cheating.
Your Razor map comes on your side-by-side for free. The
Your
Onyx.
Razor side-by-side,
Yeah.
as opposed to Polaris.
Well, Razor's Polaris. Can-Am
Oh,
would be the other one.
I just go.
Yeah, side-by-sides. If you have a map. And thanks for watching this beautiful face. You're welcome. Ah!